Today I'm going to be discussing how the Padres are working to make an extension with their ace very soon. How's it going, everyone? My name's Friar. Welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be discussing how the Padres are working hard to reach a contract extension with Darvish. This is something that's not being discussed at all, and this came out of AJ Preller's mouth at the GM meetings a week or two ago. Let's go ahead and discuss what he had to say. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play the clip of him talking about it. Go ahead, react to it, take it in. Here you go.
With a contract extension.
Yeah, I think with you, the biggest thing we've talked about is I think from his standpoint, he's got a year left on the deal. Again, there's interest in him being in San Diego, for an extended period of time, and I think getting to see what he's interested in, like how much, what he wants. I think he's enjoyed San Diego. Again, he's family there and enjoys being there, and I think he enjoys the team. So we'll continue having conversations in the off season, but I think the biggest thing with you is he understands how much we value him. He had a great year, and I think the interest is mutual.
All right, now that you've seen the clip, so what did I personally take out of this clip? Well, I don't know if you've noticed in recent history, Darvish has been pitching well for the Padres. There's no doubting that. He's performed well for the San Diego Padres, and this is a guy who's a little bit older, but it's Darvish, And the other thing that I took from the clip is AJ Preller rarely goes out and discusses his future moves anymore after the Max Scherzer trade got leaked. So the fact that him and Juan Soto have been discussed really says something about the possibility of them being extended. Juan Soto was also featured in the video. But we're discussing just Darvish today. I'm going to break this video into 3 segments. What does Darvish mean to the team? What is Darvish's possible contract? And what is the effects of the possible contract? So let's go and hop about what Darvish means to the team. Well, first of all, he's an ace. He's the ace of the Padres. He's probably a clubhouse leader. He's a quieter guy, but he's someone that a lot of players look up to. And a lot of players that come over from Japan want to be like him. He's coming off of some great seasons. He's a great leader, and he's definitely the ace of the rotation. Even though we signed Joe Musgrove, he's still the ace of the rotation. I mean, even in that video that I used a clip of, AJ Preller said that Darvish would have won the Cy Young if he didn't have that blow-up start versus the Giants, basically. He said the value of Darvish is insane. It's one of his favorite players. I mean, he was in the Rangers system. Obviously, AJ Preller is going to love him. I mean, Darvish has been dominant since coming to San Diego. Yes, he is older, and yes, he has an injury history. But at 35 years old, there's pitchers pitching into their 40s now. I mean, look at how old Clayton Kershaw feels. Look at how old Justin Verlander is. There's pitchers working late into their career. Max Scherzer. It is a new thing. And when you have a guy that just posted a 2.88 ERA in the postseason, a 3.10 ERA in the regular season, almost pitching 200 innings, that's incredible. I mean, yes, I don't think he had an IL stint this year like he had back problems last year. And last year, his ERA was very inflated. It's really hard to look at because he had such a bad second half because he was injured. The whole team had a bad second half. So I'd take his numbers from 2021 with a grain of salt. But, man, he's a great pitcher. He's a great clubhouse leader. And the bigger thing and the bigger picture in my mind is we do not have another pitcher technically under contract besides Joe Musgrove after next year. I mean, yes, we have Nick Martinez under contract, but Nick Martinez's contract still, he can get out of it. The Padres could deny his club option. He could deny his player option. Next thing you know, he's a free agent. It's a really weird contract, but it can work that way. Now, if we get the ability to lock Darvish down, that would be great. Do I think Darvish is going to get paid as much as he did in the past? No, I don't think he's going to get paid that much. I mean, he got a fat payday, I believe. I believe it was something around 25 to 28 million a year, and that's just too much for Darvish at this point in his career. And I think he's going to sign something a little bit cheaper. Yeah, his current contract is 6 years, 125 million. He's an unrestricted free agent after this season. And he's gotten paid about 25 million a year, 20 million a year. It's around the board. He's getting paid 19 million a year this year, but it's basically around 22 million AAV on his original contract. Yeah, I mean, he's a great pitcher. He's, like I said, he's 36, 11 years. He's important to the Padres and what the Padres want to do. I don't truly know what he's looking at in terms of what he could be possibly worth in the future, in terms of what his salary would be. But I mean, the goal is this. The Padres need to get him a little bit cheaper, in my opinion. He's older. He has an injury concern. He's not like Justin Verlander where he won the Cy Young. He's not like Max Scherzer where he's coming off of one of the best years of his career. You know, a lot of things like that. Do I think he's going to get more than 22 million AAV? No, I think it's going to be a little bit less, which will be nice. I think Blake Snell will be around the same too, but we're just specifically talking about you in this video. So that's huge. You know, that's very important to the San Diego Padres. Let's go ahead and talk about the effects of this contract. Now, the effects of it is you, like I said, you lock down another pitcher. You bring the leadership back. You bring, like, Yu Darvish is a coach. He's a leader. He is probably the most important player to the Padres besides Manny Machado. I think he's like the Manny Machado of the pitching staff is how I describe him. You know, he teaches people how to pitch. He does a lot. He's helped Joe Musgrove. I mean, there's multiple pitchers on record saying, Yu Darvish taught me this. I mean, the guy throws 16 pitches. He's very, very important to the San Diego Padres. And just for that reason, I am 100% all in on doing whatever it takes to completely lock him down. I don't know what his market would look like outside of San Diego in terms of value. But the one drawback I will say, and this is completely off of personal experience, I have friends who play travel ball and play on the same travel ball squad, team, whatever you want to call it, organization, as Yu Darvish's kid. And it's been supposedly publicly known to this team and this squad that if Yu Darvish hits an open market, he's either going to try to sign a contract with Florida or he's going to retire. I mean, yes, he's 36. He'll be 37 by the time that he's a free agent. That does make sense. I could see him retiring. I could see him maybe playing in Florida. I'm guessing he apparently he loves Florida. He's been in Florida all offseason. Tax reasons, I could see why he would want to go there. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you got an opportunity to bring him back just because of how valuable he is, that's huge. I think he's going to be an instrumental piece in terms of getting Kodai Senga to come to San Diego. Like, I am not even joking when I say this. I would say that he is one of the most instrumental players on the Padres. Now, what would you do if you had to replace him? I don't know. 2024 has an insane pitching market, to be honest. There's a lot of great options in 2024 in terms of free agents. I would love to keep Yu Darvish. The dream is to keep Yu Darvish. But if you can't, you can't. But signing him to an extension is the goal. You know, if we can get him on a cheap extension where we could be able to sign one of those big 2024 starters, that would be huge. Because, you know, if you look at this class, you're like, oh, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of pitchers in this free agent class. 2024 is twice as stacked. It's the same amount of depth, but the depth is better. The depth is much better, and that's huge. You know, the Padres need depth right now. That is what we're missing. We're missing pitching depth, and we can get that help if we do so. Now, in terms of comparing him to Blake Snell, in terms of why they'd want to extend him versus Snell, if people are interested in that, he's more consistent than Snell. He's a bigger leader. I think Snell's not going to leave San Diego. I think the only chance he leaves San Diego is if he goes to Seattle. But yeah, man, just he's a valuable piece to the San Diego Padres, and I think it's very, very important to discuss this because for whatever reason, this has completely flown under the radar. Do I think they're going to sign him right now before I end this discussion about Yu Darvish? No, I think the chances are they're going to sign Yu Darvish around the same time they sign Joe Musgrove, and hopefully they'll be signing Blake Snell at the same time too, because I feel like we have a great trio at the top of the rotation, and it's something that's going to help us compete for a very, very long time. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, like the video up, comment any questions down below, and peace.
305 to the 619, baby. Let's go. Let's go, San Diego. Live that shit up, San Diego. Let's fucking go. Woo! It's our fucking house.
Hey.
It's our house right here, baby. Let's go.
I love it. Hey.